Okay, I've been picking up some Kansai Ben lately, and I thought some of you might be interested to know some Kansai Ben. So that's why I'm making this video today. First of all, what is Kansai Ben? Kansai Ben is a dialect of Japanese that people here in Osaka and the cities around the Kansai region speak. Not all the time though, they still speak the normal Japanese, which is Hyojungo, but they speak Kansai Ben when they're with friends, families, just with people they're close with. So don't ever use this in formal situations because someone might spank you or something. I don't know. This is more for you to, I guess, listen. So when you watch drama or anime, you know what they're saying. And this isn't really for people who don't know Japanese at all because Kansai Ben is still Japanese. It's just a slight variation. For example, in the United States, you have people speaking in a different tone with sometimes different vocabularies in the South than people in the cities. It's still English with just a slight variation. So yeah. Okay, let's move on. So one of the most common thing in Kansai Ben, actually it's so common that you probably hear on TV if you watch Japanese TV, and I didn't even know it was Kansai Ben until I learned of that recently. And some of you might know it already, and that is to change the negative form of a verb from nai to un or hen. For example, in Hyojungo, when you say you can't do something, you say dekinai, but in Kansai Ben, you change that to dekin or dekihen. Okay, another example would be I will not go. In Hyojungo, it will be Ikanai. In Kansai Ben, it will be Ikan or Ikahen. But I think I hear Ikan more. Oh, that brings me to another thing, is that sometimes it really depends on, I guess, experience. If you watch a lot of Japanese TV, you probably know which one to use. For example, when you don't understand something, you say Wakaranai in Hyojungo. But in Kansai Ben, I don't think I ever heard Wakarahen. I only hear Wakaran. The same thing with when you don't know something. Shiranai in Hyojungo becomes Shiran or Shirahen. However, I don't ever hear Shirahen. I only hear Shiran. So it really depends on experience. Okay, the next big thing is changing from da or ja to a ya. Well, when you say something something but, you can use dakedo in Hyojungo, which becomes yakedo in Kansai Ben. Or when you want to put emphasis on something at the end of a sentence, you can use darou for right, don't you think so? Which becomes yarou in Kansai Ben. This is also similar for ja. When you say, isn't that something something, you can use at the end of the sentence janaika or jan in Hyojungo. In Kansai Ben, it will become yanaika or yan. それ飛行機やん. Isn't that an airplane? Like that. There are also other endings you can add to the end of a sentence to make it sound more Kansai Ben. I know two of those. One is nen and the other is yade. And they mean dayo in Hyojungo, I think. Okay, now I'm gonna get into the different vocabs that Kansai Ben has. First of all, the most common one is probably when you say, really? Is that true? Are you serious? In Hyojungo, you would use hontou ni, hontou. In Kansai Ben, you would use honma. Okay, for this next one, it's when you want to say something is very adjective or it's really adjective. In Hyojungo, you can say 超美味しい. It is so delicious. But ever since I came to Kansai, whenever I use 超, everybody laughed at me. So I no longer use that. I use what the Kansai people here use, which is めっちゃ. So it'll be めっちゃ美味しい or めっちゃうまい. It took me a while to figure out that I shouldn't use 超, and ever since then I stopped using it. I no longer use that word. Okay, next vocab is when you want to say no or that's wrong. You can use 違う in Hyojungo. But in Kansai Ben, it just becomes ちゃう. And even the slight difference in pronunciation can make a word Kansai Ben. For example, なんで that is Hyojungo, I believe. In Kansai Ben, it will be なんで So I'm going to do that again. なんで and なんで I hope I did that right. So yeah, that's about it. If you want to say something to impress your friends or whatever, here is one of the most famous saying in Kansai Ben, and it is 儲かりまっか? How's business going? And you can answer ぼちぼちでんな, which means it's okay. As you can tell by the translation, you probably will never use that, but you can use that to show off or whatever. And one last thing is, my Japanese is not that good, so if you find any mistakes in what I just did, feel free to correct me. And if you want to add some more to the list or teach me some new ones, I don't mind. So yeah, thanks.